Now, I've never been a big crypto guy, and I don't say that like in terms of like I disagree with it or I like nothing it. I barely understand it. I barely understand the blockchain. Many of you have tried to coach me, send me very, very kind, thoughtful explanations via email, and I've learned a little bit over the years. In fact, I even have a crypto wallet with a few bucks in it. That's a few less bucks basically every day, but it's a learning experience, and I figured if I wasn't, if I was going to talk about it, I need to get involved. I need to have some skin in the game. Well, one of the biggest uh, downfalls, maybe in history, happened this week, and it involves crypto. But I'm going to talk about it from a little bit of a different angle. This is a woke multi-billionaire worth $16 billion and the second largest political donator to the Democrats, went from being worth $16 billion to being worth $0 in a week. 16 billion to zero in a week. I mean, it's like literally get woke, go broke. And he essentially got outmaneuvered by competitors in the market. But I'm sure the Democrats are extraordinarily upset that now they've lost their mega donor who's close to $1 billion donated to Democrats this year. He's a big eat the bugs guy. You'll own nothing and be happy. From 16 billion to zero, Democrat mega donor Sam Bankman-Fried has lost all of his money. The crypto scion had pledged to donate $1 billion to Democrat campaigns. Womp, 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 womp. The net worth of crypto scion Sam Bankman-Fried, who this year promised to donate $1 billion, is now zero. After his cryptocurrency company FTX declared bankruptcy and Bankman-Fried stepped down as CEO, the Democratic megadonor lost his entire $16 billion fortune. The loss is one of the greatest destructions of net worth ever, Bloomberg reported. The downfall of his crypto empire, which filed for bankruptcy on Friday, along with his resignation, means assets owned by the mogul, once likened to John Pierpont Morgan, JP Morgan, have become worthless. At its peak, the 30-year-old was worth $26 billion, and he was still worth almost $16 billion at the start of this week. The Bloomberg Billionaires Index now values FTX's U.S. business, of which Bankman-Fried owns 70% at $1, because of a potential trading halt from $8 billion in January in its fundraising round. On Thursday, Bankman-Fried's philanthropic aides resigned, according to Puck News. They wrote a letter saying that FTX leadership may have engaged in deception and dishonesty. What? Quote, "We are now unable to perform our work or process grants and have fundamental questions about the legitimacy and integrity of the business operations that were funding the FTX Foundation and the Future Fund," the letter said. As a result, we resigned today. Here's another tweet, too, that I thought was really interesting. Now, I don't know if it's true, right? But you see this from the Wall Street Bets chairman. The second largest crypto exchange in the world, FTX, stole billions of dollars from their users while having massive company-wide snuggle sessions while doing so. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. People have lost, like, it's easy to make jokes about this, but I can't imagine losing your life savings to these criminals just to hear that they were doing drugs and hooking up while stealing your money. I really feel for those affected. I just hope justice will prevail. Remember, you're not alone. I mean, I don't know if there is any justice. You see, Bill. So anyways, she said stop, and I kept going. SBF, the guy who ran it. Bill, I was talking about getting out of bankruptcy. Like, this guy's connected with all of, like, maybe the slimiest slime balls on the planet. And also, I don't know, again, this seems suspect, but you see Zero Hedge. Turns out effective altruism was just a smokescreen behind which criminal masterminds commit grotesque fraud while snowflake virtue signalers give them cover. That's exactly what this is. They're talking about all this stuff like, oh, he's doing all good. He's not trying to make any money. Yeah, everybody was just feeding off this machine. There was a tweet I read earlier. Now, again, I can't say if this is true or not, and I'm not, I'm saying I just read it, that US dollars, let me actually pull it up. You can see FTX bankruptcy shows that the company had 134 affiliates spread across the globe and may have had liabilities. That means, money that they owe out up to $50 billion. Enron had a liability of $23 billion. It may actually be worse. You can see, okay, it's glowing now. This is from Jordan Satchel. Sorry, great follow. Actually, shout out. I'm going to tweet this out. I'll retweet it, buddy. So this is the tweet. Sam Bankman-Fried attempted to monopolize an entire industry and deploy it into the hands of the ruling class. His Ponzi scheme blew up spectacularly after a successfully executed speculative attack. The demise of FTX should be cause for celebration. SBF, that's the CEO, is not your traditional, quote, spook in the sense that he was a government operative, but his companies did attempt to win favor with politicians and regulators. His company was well positioned to become a public-private monopoly, just had to keep the Ponzi scheme going a little bit longer. FYI, it doesn't make sense to me that the feds would want FTX to fail. The man was planning on throwing billions of dollars into the ruling class coffers in the coming years. Now that he can't do that, he'll be going to jail. If FTX was a Fed op, then Binance just became their enemy. Unless Binance, which has long been rumored as CCP tied, flipped to US friendly. Again, if FTX was run by feds, why not inject liquidity? Did they not have the budget for the op? Lots of questions at the stage. And then it's officially glowing now. FTX is converting crypto contributions to Ukraine's war effort into fiat for deposit at the National Bank of Ukraine. Here's this other one, breaking. Ukraine military aid from USA was invested in crypto FTX by Ukraine. This is just a tweet. Congress sends money to Ukraine. Ukraine invests in FTX. FTX donates money to Democrats. What? Ukraine partners with FTX, Everstake, to launch new crypto donation website. Quote, how to wash your money with Ukraine, article by USA. Bro, this is you see even Elon Musk, Sam Bankman-Fried set off my BS detector when he approached about a Twitter investment. After the epic collapse of Sam Bankman-Fried's entire crypto empire this week, even Elon Musk took a moment from his extremely chaotic week at the helm of Twitter to declare that he never trusted him. SBF, who stepped down as the CEO of FTX on Friday when the company filed for Chapter 11. Bankman-Fried reached out to Musk back in March through their intermediaries to express his interest in investing in Musk's bid for Twitter. Wonder why? Then the news came out in September when Musk's text messages were leaked through the legal proceeding. Musk's banker on the Twitter deal, Michael Grimes from Morgan Stanley, told Musk at the time that SBF was offering at least $3 billion to help Musk buy Twitter and wanted to talk about potential social media blockchain integration. Musk asked Grimes, does Sam actually have $3 billion liquid? On Friday night, as crypto Twitter continued to have a field day recirculating recent history involving SBF, a popular account that shares internal tech industry emails, tweeted out the exchange again. Musk replied, accurate, he set off my BS detector, which is why I did not think he had $3 billion. Now, this is not his ex-girlfriend, Grimes, by the way, a lawyer. Grimes had talked up Bankman-Fried's offer to Musk, texting, he's into you. I do believe you will like him. Ultra genius and doer builder like your formula. Built FTX from scratch after MIT physics. Grimes told Musk, even absent the blockchain component, Bankman-Fried wanted to invest. Musk passed. So it looks like Musk saved himself a potential disaster. This could potentially be one of the biggest ops if it ever gets unraveled. If it ever gets unraveled that we've ever seen. Imagine. Just imagine where all this money went, where it's going. It's going to get unraveled. I wonder if, boy, sure is interesting, isn't it, that their CEO is giving the ruling class $1 billion And then they were, and then the money our government sent to Ukraine was allegedly invested in FTX. I mean, holy guacamole. I'm going to continue to cover this because it's extremely interesting and it's potentially one of the biggest scandals of our time. Please be patient with me as I may say some incorrect things about crypto in general, but coach me up in the comments, or if you want to email me, I read my emails, so the quartering at Gmail, I read them. If you have any insider knowledge about this stuff, this is potentially, this goes deeper than we'll ever know probably, but could be the biggest story of our time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do click that subscribe button down below so you can actually find my videos when I upload. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.